All right, so as we take a look here at number 33, our directions are to simplify by first writing the radicals with the same index, then multiply. So we've been given the square root of 3 times the cube root of 4. And the reason they tell us to write the radicals with the same index is because we are not able to multiply two radicals together if their roots are different numbers. So in this case, we have a square root, right? There's an invisible 2 here with this radical. And here we have a 3. So since the roots are different, we cannot multiply these things together straight away. So the first thing they want us to do is let's go ahead and rewrite these in exponential form, each of these radicals in exponential form. So we'll have 3 to the 1/2 as the radical 3 becomes 3 to the 1/2 in exponential form. And this cube root of 4 is going to become 4 to the 1/3 when written in exponential form. And again, we're still multiplying these two things together. And now what they want us to do is let's go ahead and look at the rational exponent here. So we have a 1/2 and we have a 1/3. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get each of these rational exponents to have the same denominator. All right, so looking at the denominators here, we have a 2 and we have a 3. And if you're thinking in common denominator, hopefully you're thinking that these two are going to share a 6 as their common denominator. So let's go ahead and multiply here by 3, and whatever we do to the bottom, we're also going to do to the top. Here, in order to get this 3 from a 3 to a 6, we've got to multiply by 2, and whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. And so now when we rewrite these fractions, having performed the multiplication, we have 3 times 1, which is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, and over here 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 2 is going to give us the 6. So now we've rewritten our original exponential powers here, except now we have a common denominator, right? 1/2 is the same as 3 over 6, 1/3 is the same as 2 over 6. So the only thing we've changed is we've gotten ourselves a common denominator. So let's go ahead and go back here, and now we're going to say 3, and now we're saying is the same as 3 over 6 times 4 to the 2/6, 2 over 6. All right, so let's now go ahead and change from exponential form back to radical form. So now we're going to have, again, our denominator is our index or root. So we have the 6th root of 3 to the 3rd times, now converting from exponential form to radical form, we'll have the 6th root of 4 squared. Now that our radicals have the same index or root, now we can multiply these two things together. And so this becomes the 6th root of 3 cubed times 4 squared, which is the same as the 6th root of 3 cubed is 27 times 4 squared is 16. And so we end up with the 6th root of 432. And that's where they want us to stop. So what we did is we simplified by first writing the radicals with the same index. So that's what we did here in these two steps. So we were able to get a common denominator. And by virtue of getting the common denominator, because the denominator when we go from exponential to radical becomes our index, we were able to rewrite each of our terms in radical form with the same index, 6. And once we had that same index, we were then able to multiply the radicals together and arrive at our final answer. So again, number 33, the 6th root of 432 is our final answer.